Okay, if you ever meet Scott Ginsberg, you won't have to worry about forgetting his name.
Because he wears his name on a tag.
All day, every day, for the rest of my life. Sometimes two. I was gonna rip open the UPS box and I yanked that book out, and you know what I did? The first thing was, Oh, come on, you would have done that too. But holding that book, there was a two-word question that had to be asked. The old marketing conscience took over, and this two-word question is something that all of us need to be asking on a regular basis. Anyone know what this two-word question is? What's next? I thought, well, you wrote a book about name tags. Now what? I was like, Lord, give me a sign, tell me what's next. Well, that sign was brought to my attention on Tuesday, January 13th of 2003 at 6:41 p.m. Oh, if you haven't already guessed, when it comes to numbers, I'm like Rain Man. But I remember this date vividly because this was the first interview I'd ever done, and it was on Headline News. Now, does anybody watch Headline News regularly? 7 people. Okay, so you know on Headline News when they interview somebody via satellite, they always have this box, right, around the person, and then right underneath the bottom of the screen they have the person's name, and then below the name they always have like a 3-word job title or description of sort of who that person is or why they're being interviewed on the news. Well, take a look at what CNN wrote about me. Name tag wearer. You can't make this stuff up, man. I TiVoed it, got back home from the studio, watched it 7 times in a row, and eventually, when I stopped laughing, 2 thoughts occurred to me. Number 1, this is what a slow news day looks like. More importantly, number 2, if you do not make a name for yourself, someone will make one for you. This also brings up an interesting question that was asked by Shakespeare a long time ago, and I'm sure you know it, probably heard it a million times. It's a common headline for articles. In Romeo and Juliet, he asked the question, what's in a... Yeah, you know this one. Good question, but not good enough. See, Shakespeare wasn't incorrect. He was merely incomplete. Because as an employee of this company, as a salesperson, as a trusted advisor, you no longer have your name. You have your name plus what people say after it. So what are people saying after your name?